Hello, everyone. I thought for a long time real hard about what I wanted to say when making this video because I haven't made a video on here for a while. But as most of you have, I've been following this case, studying this case as an investigative journalist for years. And recently, I've just kind of been in a lull here where I've been trying to figure out a few things about this case with certainty. And lately, I kind of feel like I've come across some things that really lead me to believe that I know with near certainty a couple of things about this case. And one of the big ones that really stands out to me suddenly, the more I really look back at all the evidence, all the things that we know to be factual, is that this guy knew these girls. I don't know how he knew them. I don't know where he knew them from, but somewhere, someplace, I'm convinced this bridge guy knew these girls or knew of them. This was premeditated. This was planned. I don't know how or why at this point, but there's a couple of things that lead me to really believe these things. First of all, the brutality of this crime, from what we understand of it anyway, and just the boldness of this crime, that's somebody that's got a lot, and I mean a lot, of pent-up anger to do something like that to children in particular. You don't do that with that kind of anger and brutality in broad daylight to two girls unless you have a real motivation for it. Now, I don't know if this crime was sexually motivated or not. I tend to believe it was initially. But these girls were targeted, I think, and they were targeted for a reason, and I think that's a big part of why this guy got away with this. Now, one of the things that really stands out to me is Tobe Lesenby has said in the past that once Bridge Guy is eventually captured, and it's not an exact quote, but he used the word shocked. He said that he thinks that people are going to be shocked when people find out who did this. Now, that leads me to believe a couple of things that I've thought all along. One, that this is somebody that's probably pretty prominent in the community or pretty well known, or somebody who especially is in a position of authority, be it a teacher, be it a preacher or pastor, or be it a family member, God forbid, or even a police officer. Because he's also said on the record that these girls were lured together through manipulation of some kind. Now, what better way to manipulate somebody? And I've thought about this for a while. Everybody assumes that the reason Abby and Libby were filming this guy was because he was some creepy guy that they didn't know, etc., etc., etc. But I've also wondered, what if they were filming him because they actually knew who he was and didn't think it was such a big deal at first, perhaps, even though, okay, it's, somebody I know, ha ha ha, look at them on the bridge even, maybe. I'm just speculating. Maybe it's somebody they knew and they said, I'm going to film, this person I know or this person I'm related to or something of that sort on the bridge and have film of that, and then something went sideways. I mean, who knows? The other thing that really kind of stands out to me is when the police and Doug Carter in their press conferences have matter-of-factly said that we've likely interviewed you or somebody close to you, and the abrupt change in direction with the sketches, with things like that, that tells me that they think that this person is somebody that they are really, really close to catching. And they may even know who this guy is. In fact, I think they probably do know who this person is, but they're just waiting for that little bit more of evidence to kind of push their case over the edge. The only thing that I really don't understand is why the brutality of this. Was this some sort of motivate, like, what was the motivation? Like some sort of revenge toward these kids or the family? Was it just some sicko teacher or preacher that didn't like them? And the other thing, when Doug Carter keeps saying we're one piece away from the puzzle, and they're so confident they know this is a local person, did this person like confess to a pastor that they did this? Because he also said that we believe you may have told somebody. Why would they say that? How would they know that? And if you're a pastor and somebody comes into a confessional booth, generally speaking, they're not going to tell on you if you tell them that you did this in secrecy. It's kind of like against their oath, as sick as that sounds. So I almost wonder, did somebody speak out to somebody about this, or did somebody talk about this? There's a reason why they keep pushing that younger sketch. There's somebody involved in this case that I think has talked to somebody or has run their mouth to somebody about this. And I just, it makes me wonder if there's not more than one person out there that knows this happened. There's so many complexities to this case. But anyway, if you know anything, even if it seems like an irrelevant tip, send it into the tip line in Indiana, because I'm telling you, they're a lot closer than you think to catching this person. They really, really are, despite what a lot of you may think. And boy, this family deserves closure. They really, really do. So hopefully somebody out there speaks out. And again, I'm sorry I got a little bit off track, but I really, really believe in my heart that this person knew these girls. And one of the reasons I really say that, I want you to listen to him saying "guys down the hill." And this is originally the reason I really posted this video. Listen to his tone when he says "guys." It's so matter-of-factly in charge, almost like he's used to commanding these girls or these people. Like the way he says "guys" just strikes me as there's a familiarity about it. Like he knows who these people are. He knows who these girls are. Just the guys, almost like, all right, guys, hey, come on. It's so matter of fact. It really leads me to believe that this individual knew who these girls were. And I think that really, really needs to be pressed and investigated further. Listen to the way he says "guys." It's just so calm and so matter of fact. Like, guys, like, hey, like, a complete stranger isn't going to be that calm and matter of fact and confident, I don't think. Like, again, that's why this was, this has to have been premeditated, and this person has to have known them. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you think I'm on the right track here, because I really think I am. Sometimes the biggest clues are the simplest ones, and I think that's the case here. I just think his tone of voice, his inflection, it just resonates with me as a tone of familiarity. Like he knows these girls somehow. Law enforcement, if you're watching this, please focus in on that. I really think there's something to that. Have a great day, everyone.